Hey, welcome to today's video. Let's start by finding a nice comfy spot on your mat, face up. And we'll take some attention to your breath. And don't worry about shaping your breath into anything particular. Just notice the depth of your breath and the pace. And feel that sensation. Take some attention to your surroundings and just focus on being present. Not worrying about anything happening in the past or what you have on tap for the rest of your day. Just focus on being here and finding yourself in a nice, relaxed state of mind. Let's start to slowly shape that breath into a nice relaxing rhythm. Generally, when we slow that breath down, it helps us find a state of calm. So consciously starting to slow that breath down, slow your mind down, and slow your body down. And allow us to get into a state of calm, relaxed being, and healing. Let's take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath. And we'll start today's routine on the left pec. Let's go face down on your lacrosse ball and search through that pec. You might find tension up in around that collarbone, closer to the armpit, at the lower layer of the pec, or in by the sternum. Might be right dead center. Wherever you feel tension today, let that be your focus. And settle into the right amount of pressure. Keep your arm in a nice, comfortable position. Maybe a position you struggle with. That's overhead. Keeping your elbow above your shoulder line. And take your attention back to your breath. As you exhale air, imagine exhaling tension, stress. Anything that's not going well in your life, just imagine blowing it out. And we'll take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath, and we'll shift into the left lat muscle. So the lat is your wing muscle. Sits on the back side of your ribs. It can be tense in a few different spots. For most people, in tight to the armpit tends to be most sensitive. That doesn't mean it will be for you. So do a bit of a search. Settle into the right location, the right angle, and the right amount of pressure. And the lats can be a restrictor for overhead range. So it can be really helpful to work on the lats while that arm is overhead. And once you've found the shape of this exercise and the type of exercise we're doing on this lat release, take your attention back to your breath. Maintaining that nice calming rhythm of your breath and keeping your breath synced to that target area. Doing best to stay nice and passive throughout your whole body. Nice relaxed state of mind. With your body completely going limp. And as many muscles as possible. Let's take one more breath here. And we'll shift into the right pec. You may find the right side is sticky in the same spots as the left. You may find it's a new spot. Whatever area you find needs attention today, let that be your focus. Experiment with how you're applying that pressure and how much pressure we're applying. And then circle back to your breathing rhythm. If you find counting the duration of your breath helpful, feel free to do that. If you haven't done that before, try starting with a 3 or 4 count in, 3 or 4 count pause, 3 or 4 count out, with a 3 or 4 count pause. And if you've been counting your breaths regularly and you've been doing this program for a while, be free to extend that. Just being conscious of how your body's responding. If the act of counting your breath itself causes any strain or anxiety, don't bother counting. Just do whatever is going to help you find that nice state of calm, to allow that mind to relax and let the body relax. Now let's shift into our right lat. Start by searching through that lat, looking for where you're carrying tension. And again, holding your arm in an overhead position can be a good strategy for freeing up your overhead range. Just settle into whatever version of this feels right for today, with the right amount of pressure that feels right. We want to find that happy medium between where we're not doing anything at all and where we're getting pain. Generally, a higher pressure through that lat will give us a deeper release and potentially a better benefit. If we're going so tense with that pressure, if we have other tissues tensing up, we need to pull the brakes and ease up on that tension and find that right amount that your body's ready for today. Let's turn off any muscles we don't need. Relax through the face, your head, your neck. Go to your happy place. We'll take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh that out. And we'll move into a left side external rotation stretch with your pipe. So grabbing that pipe with your left hand, bending it into a front rack, and pulling it across your body using your right hand. And feel out whatever level of stretch feels right for today. The stretch hits a few different muscle areas. It can be a little strenuous on the elbow if we go too aggressive. So just be sensitive to how your body's responding. Settle into whatever level of stretch feels right for today. And this is fairly active through that right arm. Try to stay as passive as you can through that left side. And just do your best to submit to the stretch. In 10 seconds, we will gently get active by rotating that pipe towards your midline using your left arm. And let's go ahead. So active with your both arms, slowly ramping up tension as we go. Let's really give a good squeeze here for these last 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse. And let's try to actively pull that pipe further out towards your left using your left arm, ramping up tension as we go. Really squeeze here for these last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax, get nice and passive. So we're still active through that right arm, but try to get as passive as you can everywhere else. Anything that feels tense, but doesn't need to be, just hit the off switch. Let's take one more good quality diaphragmatic breath here. We'll sigh out that breath, and let's move to the right side. grabbing that pipe with your right hand, bend it back towards your body, grab it from underneath and pull across with your left arm, and settle into whatever level of stretch feels right for today. Again, we don't want to get into pain, we just want a nice stretching sensation. Chance we get circling back to your breathing rhythm, your breathing depth, your breathing quality. Trying to direct that air deep into that diaphragm to stimulate healing and recovery. And in 10 seconds, we'll gently get active again. Let's go ahead, starting nice and easy, active through both arms. Trying to rotate that pipe towards the middle of your body. Ramping up tension as we go. Certainly squeeze here for these last 5, 3, 2, 1. And we'll actively reverse using that right hand, right shoulder, rotating that right wrist towards your right side, ramping up tension as we go. Let's give it a good squeeze here for these last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax, get nice and passive. Submit to that position. Settle into whatever level of stretch feels right. Still active through that left arm, but try to relax everything else as best you can. And we'll take one more good breath on this side. Let's slowly sigh out that breath. You can set your pipe off to the side and we'll get into a thread the needle through the left. Starting in tabletop. Reaching your left arm through your right hand and right knee. Allowing that left shoulder to drop close to your mat. And just try to get as passive as you can. Settle into whatever version of stretch just feels like it's a nice relaxing position for you. You may not feel much of a stretch when we work through this thoracic spine, but it doesn't mean it's not working. We'll take one more relaxing breath here before getting active. And as we get active, attempting to reverse the stretch by rotating that left shoulder towards the starting position. Let's go ahead. Trying to resist that stretch through your midsection, ramping up tension as we go. Really squeezing here for these last 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse that, attempting to rotate that left shoulder through, further into that stretch, that rotation, ramping up tension as we go. Really squeezing here for these last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Consciously turning off as many muscles as possible. We don't need many for this position. Relax through your face, your head, your neck, your shoulders, your mid-back, your lower back, your glutes. Just let it all go. Let's take one more good quality breath here. We'll sigh out that breath and focus on the right side. Go back from tabletop, reaching that right arm through. Again, settling into whatever level of stretch feels right for today. Focus on getting as passive as you can. Relaxing through that mid-back. Directing that air deep into the diaphragm. Just letting go of any stress. Getting as passive and zen as you possibly can. And in 10 seconds, we'll gently get active by attempting to rotate that right shoulder back through to the starting spot. And let's go ahead. Slowly adding tension through that mid-back to reverse the stretch or attempt to reverse the stretch, ramping up tension as we go. Really squeezing here for these last 5. 3, 2, 1. Let's reverse that. Attempt to squeeze further into that stretch. Ramping up tension as we go. Let's really squeeze here for these last 5. Give it some good force. 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Nice and passive. Fall into whatever level the stretch feels right for today. I'll take one more breath here. And we'll sigh out that breath. And we'll move into a Cobra Stretch. So face down on your mat, legs extended out straight. Extend up onto your elbows or onto your palms. So this is designed to be a stretch for the trunk. So you get a little bit of lumbar, a little bit of thoracic, spine. There shouldn't be any pain or pinchiness, so find a level of stretch here that your body's okay with. If your spine's feeling mobile today, you can come all the way up onto your palms with your palms close by your hips to get a nice deep stretch. Just settle into whatever level of stretch feels right for today. And in 10 seconds, we'll gently get active by attempting to reverse the stretch, crunching through your core. And let's go ahead, gently reversing that stretch or attempting to, squeezing your abs, pulling your ribs down towards your pelvis, ramping up tension as we go. Big squeeze here for these last 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse that. Squeeze through your backside, your mid-back, your low back. Reverse that stretch, give it a good squeeze. Ramping up tension, big finish with big tension. 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Get nice and passive. Back into your basic Cobra. You may find you're deeper into the stretch now. If so, great. And if not, don't stress. Just continue to trust the process. We will get there. Let's take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath. And move into an overhead cat camel. So if you have a couch or a tabletop handy, just elevating your hands that are directly overhead. And we're just going to move from globally flexing that whole spine to globally extending that whole spine while we're in an overhead. And each rep, just try to give a slight nudge a little further into that stretch, into that end range. Trying to move through every single segment of your spine. Generally, the harder we work here, the better benefit we get. To really squeeze if we work our way through this last 20 seconds. Each rep trying to move a little further towards your end range. Really squeezing here for these last 10. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And big breath out. Let's come to our feet into a Jefferson Curl. So we'll start standing tall with good posture and just slowly round your spine, one segment at a time. Start by bringing your chin towards your chest, slowly rounding those shoulders forward. Moving through your mid-back, finishing by dropping your palms towards the floor as far as your mobility will go, and then reversing that on the way up. And think about moving through one segment of your spine at a time. At whatever pace feels right. Nice and slow. Try to get an active stretch at every position. And let's finish off this last rep you're on. And we'll take a breath. We'll sigh out that breath. And we'll call it a day. Thanks for joining us here for 5-pillar mobility. Hope your shoulders and trunk are feeling great. Hope you enjoyed the session. If you're enjoying the program, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.